We're hearing louder calls coming from Republican lawmakers to completely ban Huawei and SMIC. How significant is this?
Yes, indeed. So we have these 10 representatives that have produced this letter led by the chairman of the House Foreign Affairs Committee, calling for this sort of complete ban and saying that BIS hasn't been able to enforce the restrictions so far. And just as a reminder, both Huawei and SMIC here are being targeted or being called for to increase curbs on them. They've already been blacklisted, which effectively means that US suppliers that want to do business with these two firms have to apply for a special license. But the concern really is all about this new Huawei phone and this made-in-China 7-nanometer chip that appears to be using US technology. The focus is all about the efficacy of these types of curbs that Biden has rolled out.
Yeah, because there are already existing US limits on dealing with these companies.
Yeah, absolutely. And that really is the concern. Now, the Biden administration, and this has been reiterated on many of these trips, for example, Gina Raimondo and so on, has emphasized that they are not trying to contain China and that this is really about national security and about strategic technologies. And so there is a question over whether the US really does want to prevent China, for example, just producing a retail smartphone. If that is the end goal, that has certainly not been the stated end goal of the Biden administration. The issue, I think, is that the Huawei phone, for some Republicans, indicates that there is a broader inefficacy of these types of sanctions, and that in order to restrict strategic tech, a much more wholesale ban or curb actually needs to be in place. That's a much more complex and sweeping escalation of the kinds of policies and the kind of restrictions that are already out there.